Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day and great game, great series on the day. Exile, you guys crushed it. But I want to ask you about some of those champion choices. Like the casters were wondering, you played some different stuff today. It wasn't just that Warwick. You also played the Talon. You played off Cassidy this time around. Is this something you guys have been practicing on, or just wanted to bring it out on stage?
Yeah, we have been practicing those picks for the past weeks, and we felt they are doing really well in scrims, so yeah, we bring them on the stage. And for Cassidy, there was like, in game 2, there were so many mid laners spent out that Cassidy was a good choice. So yeah, that's why we picked it up. And yeah, Warwick has always been working out well in scrims. Yeah, and Cirx is just insane on Warwick, so that's why we picked it.
Oh, we've seen it a few more times. Maybe we will see it in the playoffs up ahead, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Also, this series, you guys seem to be taking a lot more risks than, honestly, I'm even used to seeing from you guys. Was that a conscious decision coming in today to try and dive as much as you could?
We had like a quite good dive composition in game 2. And yeah, this is why we mainly went for it. Like with Tariq, Cassidy, and Warwick, you can make those dives really easily. Also, Wumble is participating a lot in this. And yeah, just basically once we one setup with rotating towards mid and diving them.
All right, so we're able to excel in that. And looking ahead to next week, you're going to have Splice and, of course, Vitality as well. How are you feeling confidence-wise to finish out strong heading into playoffs?
I don't think it matters too much on the enemy. We just have to play our own game, get good practice in the following week. And yeah, then I'm really confident that we can beat anyone.
Wow, okay, bold statement. And honestly, a lot of that's going to affect how the seeding plays out because it's not set in your group just yet. How important is it to you and as the Unicorns to secure that #1 seed to get that buy into playoffs?
I mean, it's obviously like if we get place 1 in group, then we instantly go to Hamburg, right? And yeah, this is like what we are striving for. Also, like G2 is the best team in Europe right now, so we're trying to avoid them, like to play them into finals if possible. And yeah, like so it's really important for us to get first seed.
Fair enough. So you think you're going to be able to accomplish it pretty easily. And just looking ahead to some of these playoff teams, is there anybody, you mentioned G2, is there anybody else maybe that you're keeping your eye on for the playoffs? Who do you think is a big contender elsewise?
I think H2K, Splice, and Misfits are doing really well right now beside G2. Also Rocket is surprisingly well, like we saw today in the 2-0 series against Misfits. And yeah, we will see. Like right now we haven't scrimmed Rocket too much, so I can't really tell how good they are. But yeah, like they look really strong, so I'm looking forward to play them. Like if it gets that far.
Oh, might have to see it. Well, okay, so this is so far one of the most successful splits the Unicorns have had, and it's your second split, of course, with the team. Looking back and just anything you can take away, and why do you think you guys were able to succeed so effectively over the course of the split?
I think that Cheap is doing a really good job in coaching us, and also our practice is really good usually. Like I think everyone has a correct mindset of improving, and yeah, this is just, we basically play, we look to improve, and everyone's really motivated to do well. And yeah, this is like the most important key factor in this. And yeah, this is basically, I think we're a really good team right now.
Absolutely, great to see. And congratulations once again on your win. Looking forward to the next couple of weeks. But for now, we're going to go ahead and send it off to Shock's crew for the post-game lobby.
Thank you so much, Pyro, and welcome everybody to the post-game lobby. I am with the Fisho, Maxor, and Unicorns of Love's player of the series, Xerxes, to take a look back on tonight's games. Welcome, Xerxes. Congratulations, rather, and on player of the series as well. So how do you feel you played?
I think I played really well. I don't even know I was the MVP until I heard you now. And I'm really happy.
Yeah, well, obviously you guys were coming into this as huge favorites, and we had the impression that you guys wanted to try a thing or two. Of course, you got your hands on the Warwick. How much was it experimenting and trying in this?
I played it against Splice a few weeks ago, and it didn't go that well. And I kind of gave up since then, and I recently picked up again, and it went pretty good in solo queue and in scrims as well. So I decided to play on the stage again.
Yeah, and you guys won 2-0, a very smooth victory in the end for the Unicorns of Love. What we expected, if you show.
What we expected, yes. And you actually said earlier today that you wanted to see like clean stomps, and you got it.
Yeah.
Unicorns.
Proud of y'all.
Didn't give Origen, I feel like, any chances, like at all.
The first game was pretty clean from us, but the second game was a bit sloppy.
Yeah, but that's like that's the standard, you know. You play against a team where you are heavy favorites, you lose focus a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. Every team does it. It's always the same.
A bit of positive from OG Syncroft. He did pop off on Lee Sin early in game 2. So,
we're like watching Max Law.
We're looking at things to build on for them for promotion tournaments. So at least it's good that their new jungler is able to make some moves.
Yeah, I think his Lee Sin is pretty good. His Rengar didn't have much of an impact in game 1, but I feel like it's a lot harder to have early game impact, as much of an early game impact, like ganking lanes, getting kills on Rengar as it is on Lee Sin, especially since Rengar gets low and hasn't got 3 gap closes if you include flash from Lee Sin.
You agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think he played really good on the Lee Sin.
Why do you not play Lee Sin? Or is it a secret?
I'm not a big fan of the champion. And, you know, everybody's... I think if you take every single jungler, most of them play Lee Sin, and, you know, when you think about me, I don't want to be known for my Lee Sin, you know?
Yeah. If you would have watched the segment with Xerxes a couple of weeks ago, he actually said that he doesn't have a preference for Lee Sin because he doesn't really think scaling into the game that it is so good.
Well, I think I was probably on it.
And you're probably on that
I was
desk,
probably on it, but still, maybe there's another reason, because like almost every other jungler has Lee Sin as part of their champion pool. It doesn't have to be the #1 pick for them, but they have it somewhere down the list and they can use it. Like Elise is another one where I guess it's the scaling as well.
Yeah,
that you don't
I
use.
like Elise, but she scales pretty mash into late game.
Yeah.
In general, what are we thinking about the current jungle pool? You were mentioning that it's more fun for you to play or not play tank junglers rather, but on the other hand, tank junglers can just go in and then turn each other fight and not be blown up just like that.
Yeah, I think it's way more fun to play Graves, Rengar, Kha'Zix, you know, these champs that can do a lot of damage and one-shot the enemy carries. But of course, you could have done that with Gragas back in the day in Season 5. But once you get to mid-late, it's still really...
Was that on purpose?
Of course it was.
No, you were shooting from Vladimir.
No. I mean, I was shooting in the general direction. I knew if he juked it, I'd kill someone anyway, you know?
Okay.
And he juked it, so he killed Igna. I think he should be reported for that one. But
What do you guys think of each other as a jungler? Xerxes, did you see Maxor's series earlier? You guys were probably in the shuttle, but...
I managed only to see the second game, and only the early game a bit, and you played really good.
thanks.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
go.
it's true. You guys won the 2 games in a row, and we also want to talk about that series a bit because it was a big surprise to a lot of people. I'm not going to lie. I never thought it would be in 2-0. If it happened, it would be very scrappy 2-1. But in the end, you guys just blew everyone's socks off versus Misfits.
Yeah, I think we just played the macro really well. We had really good drafts as well, so props to the whole team on that.
Did you have good drafts for you? Like, because I feel like some of these drafts, if you put them on other teams, that it's not going to go very well. But it seems like you very much always draft to your specific strengths. I'm thinking of Betsy in specific.
Yeah, I think, well, as I said before, if you're 07, you don't have time to improve on every single comp, so you might as well just stick to one style and just work on it as much as you can. I think we're really good macro-wise at 1-3-1. We just need to sort out the early game a bit. Like, there was a solo kill, which is fair enough. It was first time in this matchup.
Look at Max Low here.
Yeah, Pog jumping it off here. But either way, I think our comms were great. We played good. Communication was great. It was just... The game 2 was really clean. This game was not as clean, but we had a different type of top laner. We had something that could actually just like go in and engage, and in game like this game, even though we did it, but this is because we had like man advantage for a bit and we had vision control, etc. So we just played our comps really well, I think.
This was one of my favorite games all regular season because
Same.
of course, while there wasn't a whole lot of kills, Pyro and I, we got a lot of time to talk about how to set up the 1-3-1, how important the vision was. Even the crowd was cheering because it was all about macro. They were cheering for the macro.
Yeah, very clean macro. No, but it was true.
It was very, very, very clean. And the way you guys were setting up Baron and then jumping out and killing them near the Baron, I was like, it's just very fun to see a team that going from not being able to execute almost anything to then playing a clean game like that. Like the progress is fantastic to see, and something I hope more teams can learn from and do as well, because we saw something from Rocket we haven't seen from half the teams in the UOL LCS, all split long in that one series.
Xerxes, were you surprised at all by how Rocket has now gotten 5 series wins in a row? I mean, I assume you've scrimmed them also before this?
We didn't scrim that much, but I was actually really surprised with the 2 over Misfits, because Misfits, I think, was considered top 3 or top 4 in Europe right now, and Rocket, no offense, but...
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah. And you guys did really well.
Yeah, cool. I think so too.
I love that Foxy was sitting here last week.
Yeah.
We were talking. We were like, hey, Foxy, you're building up your name. It's all great, but you got to beat Misfits. Now he's like, no, we're not going to beat Misfits. It's
It was more like there's a really small...
Yeah, he was like, not really believing it. And then he gets player of the series. He played so well. I love his Gragas. Love his Gragas play. That was fantastic. And then you guys actually stomped him.
The fish show. we're all like, oh, it's only Gnar, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, of course, they're not the same champions, right? But what you do is kind of similar. As Gragas, you go in, you hit the body slam, you make that work just like you do with Gnar when you're in Mega Gnar. For Renekton, it could be the same. You just pull the trigger, you go in and teleport at the right moment, and you slice and dice in, and you stun everyone. I feel like Foxy, we should just say he's a good player now, and it's not.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Like, he's a good player. He's showing a lot on specific champions right now. Foxy Chachi, is that his new name now? Okay, that's good. I like it, compliment to Chachi as well.
On Reddit.
But I think he's really good in team fights, which is one thing that's standing out. But I actually talked to Maxwell about this earlier. Like, I don't feel like you see a big weakness from him. It's not like he's a terrible laner, but then only a good team fighter. He's doing fine in lane. But then he's really good once we get further into the game, which is something that fits with most of the Rocket players.
Yeah. Anything to add to that?
Oh, I agree. It's going well in general. Foxy is, like, before when we were 07, every single game, we would not be that confident in what we were doing, and we would not look for engage. And also, we have many rookies, two, but they seem to have found the confidence to step up and play aggressive on stage, which is getting us victories.
I mean, power of friendship and stuff is all we hear always from the Unicorns of Love. It does seem that there's a very good atmosphere there, so it seems to work. And someone like Wadid, who just spreads the joy in the team, it looks like it's infectious.
Yeah, he's always telling us we can win, even if something bad happens. He's like, oh, it's okay. It's pretty funny because even at times in scrims, there'll be no hope. He was like, it's okay, guys, we can still win. Everyone's like, no, we're going to pause here right now. But no, on stage, definitely it's really helpful to have a guy like that to help you keep talking, stay positive, stay focused, than just like awkward silence, be like, yeah, we could do this. And you start playing really reactively when it gets a bit like sad and gloomy. But we stay proactive and try our best to win.
Who's the funny, cheerful guy in Unicorns?
Sexy.
Sexy?
Yeah.
Are you the man saying we can do it, guys?
Why are you answering his question for him, Maxler?
I just felt like...
I think we are all funny in our ways.
But who's the funniest?
Come on, who's the man?
Say it.
Who's the cheerleader?
I think Healy.
Healy!
Oh, Hilly.
Support trend.
Well, he's he's obviously a quite quiet member. He's not like in the spotlight all the time. Romain mostly is obviously, but the members themselves. So yeah, that's interesting to hear. Is he the kind of guy that gets you guys back in the game when you're behind earlier, this and that? We see him there on screen.
Yes, he's talkative in game, and he's usually the shot caller.
He just smiled, so that was actually perfect.
Shows the cheer, yeah, there we go, we can see it.
Fantastic. I did also want to talk about the Misfits, and let's do that whilst we look at the standings, because with 5 days of competition remaining in the regular split, here is how the groups stand. Rocket, they moved from 4th in their group to 3rd, so right now they are in the playoffs. Misfits is still in 2nd, and Group B looks pretty locked up.
Is this a bug or something?
I think so. There's some miscalculations here in the standing.
Game differential -4 and -3. That means that it is absolutely possible that you guys get to playoffs. I've asked you before already, is it a dream or not? But knowing that Fnatic is playing Giants tomorrow, we're going to have to see after that.
Oh, yes.
That's a hype matchup.
So hype.
Hashtag Jai win.
It's going to be so good.
Oh yeah, those are your old teammates, of course, or your old organization.
No, I would like to see them win. It's a bit sad to see the state they're in now. I think they deserve more than what's been going at them, but ever since that remake, it's really not been going well for them, but it's okay. It's they could possibly pick up a win against Fnatic. I'm praying for it, of course, so that we get playoffs, but I think it'll be rough for them.
Xerxes, what do you think will happen tomorrow in Giants Fnatic?
I don't think Fnatic has been playing so well so far, so I think Giants is going to take the win.
There we go.
I want to talk to you about playoffs, because this guy just entered the possibility of getting to playoffs. You've been in there all split long now. You guys will most likely have to buy, now also that you won today. Is there any of these teams you're actually afraid of facing in a best of 5 outside of maybe G2? Like HK, Misfits?
I don't think I'm afraid of any team, but I would personally like to play against G2.
In the final, hopefully. Yes. It would have to be a final, actually, because they're both in the semifinals.
If they're both the first seed, that is true. You were saying that during IEM you had kind of a wake-up call because you were playing versus all these junglers. It escapes me now. And that you kind of had to reset and develop again. Where do you think you're at now in your development and your play?
I think right now I'm top 3 or top 4 Europe, jungle in Europe. And I learned a lot from that even.
Who's around you? So top 4.
Is Maxor in there?
I think Janko, Strick,
Yeah.
and right now Maxlor.
Oh, we put a max log.
So, dude,
It was Kakao before,
Yeah.
but now that you guys won,
Well, glad you brought it up because you guys were discussing a lot about Kakao and you especially about how you think that he hasn't been impressing you that much lately,
Yes, I was on the Kakao hype train.
as a lot of people.
A lot of people obviously were on that train. It now turns out that a lot of it came down to Lee Sin more than anything, I feel like, for him. Like when he's on Rengar, when he's on Graves, I don't see the same impact from him as a player, but I also think that's because of Misfits. I think Misfits relies really heavily either on hard engage from someone, could be from Alfari, but he's not really playing these hard engage tanks at the moment, or then from like big plays from Kakao. And he can do a lot of big plays on Lee Sin, where he's super active, he's very good at setting up different kicks. He's not doing the same on Rengar, even though technically he should be able to like find fights. He's not doing the same. So I think the last few weeks, he's actually been underperforming a little bit, in some of the games at least, which is not what I saw from the start. So I kind of agree. Like he's not actually right now in my like top 3, top 4 jungle in terms of just pure performance at the moment. But I think he gets back up there if he starts playing like some picks like Lee Sin again.
Yeah, Xerxes, do you think it's the picks or why do you think it is that he's fallen off a bit?
I don't think it has anything to do with the picks. I think maybe he has just a bad game, but I still think he's good, and his listening is really insane.
He's definitely good.
I mean, he's definitely
good. Yeah, he's
fantastic.
listening,
For the sake of discussion, Maxlor, you're in the top 4 for Xerxes, so it's all good.
it feels good. Feels
Yeah,
good.
feels good, man.
Yeah, I was struggling to think I was top 5 myself, but I guess ever since we started winning, I've been getting a bit of confidence of myself as well.
Well, we happen to be privy to a fan meet where there were so many Maxlor fans
Jesus, yeah,
all
it
the
was
time.
crazy.
It was really good to see all the love. It must be nice also to just
Yeah.
be able to do those fan meets again and just hang out and get kind of the positive energy of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually fun interacting with people that watch you play, and I really don't like the term fans because it's like sometimes used negatively in like solo queue, fanboy or whatever, but I'd rather use the words like supporters, you know. It means a lot when there's people out there rooting for you, you know, and you have the faith of some people. It's good.
Hashtag set the rules.
Hashtag set the
You
rules.
got it in there.
I got it in there. All right, let's take a look at what we have tomorrow because the action continues at 4 p.m. when H2K take on Vitality in Group B, and this will be followed by Fnatic against Giants. A must-win series, of course, for Fnatic now that they've fallen out of playoff position and they want to get back in there. H2K versus Vitality, they lost to the Unicorns of Love most recently. H2K did on an off day, but they have to keep it up. Well, not the losing. They have to win if they want to get that
Keep on
bye.
losing. You say off day, Xerxes. Did you guys outplay H2K, or was it because H2K had an off day? Did you guys beat them, or are you just a better team?
I think we were the better team.
Good, I like that.
Your questions are so like, did they have an update, or were you the better team?
Because I think Unicorns played just better than H2K. I don't care about this off day kind of thing. That series mattered. If you can't get ready for that one series, then you don't deserve the first place, and that's it. And that's why Unicorns have it.
Boom. And on that bombshell, we're going to sign off. I'm going to thank you guys for joining us. Congratulations, 2-0, 2-0 on the day. Fantastic performance here from the Unicorns of Love and from Roccat. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. That is 8 a.m. Pacific as week 9 of the EOLCS 2020.